I went back and I was listening. I was like, I don't know how bad I wound out.
And then, you know, when you was like singing some songs, you know, I like go back. I'd rather go back to the old stuff.
That's what I meant. That's what I wanted. I was like, yeah, that's what I wanted. Like the old stuff.
That's right. One five. That's right.
Everything that I got going on now. Every time we meet, I already got something else going on. Yeah, I got Hennessy. Yeah.
She got Hennessy. I ran out. White video. Yeah.
Oh, it's a Friday. Get hot. It's a Friday. Oh, it's a Friday. It's a Friday. Don't you lie. You put the chicken to some dripping down your eye. It's a Friday. Pity while looking in your eyes. It's no vibe, nigga. All the bitches like it. Okay, so I got the ambiance is where I want. And if you get paid, it's only based on your. When we got them, your boy take control. Broke so many bills down that I'm shell sharp. I held block so rough, about a mail box. Make a young shit on my neck. Got a vibe, make a cougar want to feel sick. Got a vibe, make a Asian want to buy shit. Got a vibe, make a Italian want to sack shit. Probably copies in decline, I'm the pioneer. Get that pussy up, I need riot gear. Any volunteers, gas in a zip block. Now that's loud and clear. This one out of here, this is our year.
That's a vibe, that's a vibe, that's a vibe, that's a vibe, yeah, that's a vibe. It's a vibe, it's a vibe, that's a vibe, yeah, it's a vibe. My vibe, it's a vibe, maybe I'll spend the night, yeah, that's a vibe, that's tight, yeah.
No, son. Tweet it out. Push it out.
Yes, that's that party everyone. Hey.
That little bitch, you
It don't even seem like this song been out for 3 months. It seems like it's been out for way long.
Yeah, she got a big response from that. And for most artists, it was unexpected because they didn't respect her as an artist.
It was crazy. My girl was out here from LA and her little brother came with her, right? So I'm playing Cardi B. Over her song. I thought she only had that one song. Nah.
But the thing was,
It's just that lick wasn't bigger than this.
but that's what put the attention on it. Because look, my grandma, she was listening. I'm talking about like all night. And then she was listening to it like, okay. So I just went back and listened to it. I was like, what?
If she didn't put this out, Lick would have got big.
But the thing was, her personality also drove the song way more than, like, they respected her artistry, but they really more respected her being a real person. You know, it's not made up. You get what you get.
No, you probably heard of me. Got a bag and fix my teeth. Hope you hustle and cheat. And I pay my mama bills. I ain't got no time to chill. Then these folks be mad at me. They baby father wanna kill. Hello, bitch. You can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive. These is red bottoms. These is dirty. I can get them both. I don't want to. Then I'm quick. Cut a nigga off the bum get comfortable. Look. I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't got a chance, I make money move. If I see you now, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss to a record, bitch, I make bloody moves. You a pussy, you get popped. You a goofy, you a op. Don't you come around my way, you can't hang around my block. And I just take my account, so I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I bring my hands up on my head, I bet you 50, 50, 50. I get the money and go. This shit is high like a stove. My pussy glitter is gold. Tell her your bitch to her roll. I just a roll in the rolls. I just came up in the rain. I need to fill up the tank. No, I need to fill up the stick. I need to let her be cold. No, they know what they live in the state. I go to dinner and steak. I used to root and relate. I used to live with the beat. Now I used to live with the day. I need that time to live with the day. I just let these bitches know. You can give me over top. I just run that check and more. I never check on my you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is blood shoes. If you put, I can get them both. I don't want to, then I'm quick. Cut a nigga off the bum get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. If I see you now, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss to a record, bitch, I make blood moves.
Streaming from Atlanta, Georgia. To the world, the planet's ultimate hip-hop station. This is AUMA Radio.
What up? I'm J. Michelle.
Hey, it's your boy Money Design.
We are Addictive Radio. We are back. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, we had to take a week off. Well, one day off last week. Oh, shit.
Why?
Because of that storm.
Shout out to Irma.
Now we have Maria on the way.
No, she's not on the way.
You can go somewhere else.
She is definitely not on the way. She is passing us.
Oh, yeah, I was saying.
But I will definitely leave this time. This little 2 days with that little storm was enough for me. If that other girl was coming, I'd definitely be like, yeah, I'm going.
It could have been worse. It could have been worse.
I'm not playing with hurricanes. I'd rather be in an earthquake.
Shit.
Take my ass back to LA.
Why'd you hit Mexico?
What just hit
I'm
LA?
aware. What just hit LA too yesterday? It was 3 point something. I would much rather sit through an earthquake than sit through a hurricane or run from a tornado. Yeah, y'all can have that. I'm good. I don't need nothing washing me away. Well, happy Tuesday. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yo.
Oh, he wants to go live real quick. You know, if you watch us outside, you know you cannot multitask.
I can't multitask.
At all. One thing at a time.
When I want to. But nah, we got I'm gonna call him a special guest because ever since I've been rocking with him, he's been really helping me out behind the scenes and everything. But he also been instrumental in a lot of the Atlanta music scene as well and behind the scenes. So we got Lil C in the building.
Hey.
What up?
Real special person.
My boy Money. Nice to meet you, Jay. First time coming to AUMA Radio. Shout out to Katrina. K-Rock been trying to
get you for
leave. I'm talking about she's gonna kill me. Actually, like I'm a realist. She's actually gonna kill me for actually being here. She's like, see, you gotta come check me out. But you know, I'm very proud of the movement and everything that she has acquired, because I remember in the beginning when she first started, even with the music award, with the award thing. Yeah. So, you know, just to see an actual station and everything that's going on, you know, it's a big thing. So shout out to AUMA Radio.
Yay! Shout out to us. Yeah, all the shows, all the radio.
Everybody, whole staff. You know, our voice, your future.
Rocking it out.
How long you been in the industry? For those who don't know you, how long have you been in the industry?
Lil C, real Atlanta legend, living legend. You know, most people know me from Big On Records. You know, there was a big independent label that kind of set the standards for Atlanta independent record labels. We had 5 record stores coming up. You know, on almost every side of town.
Shout out to them.
You know, shout out to Big O, my boy Monte.
Hey, DJ Monte. And my boy J Tez
over there doing his thing, Game 6, you know. That's kind of the new camp.
Yeah.
I come from the people, the ones
the
ones that put the footwork in. My big brother, I call him Big Brother, but he a young brother, Big Corey. That's also over there for Big O. You know, he does a lot of production. He's also rapping right now. So shout out my little homie Big Corey. But Big One was a independent label, and we did a lot of things.
I'm talking out here.
That old Nat on Lock at this flea market.
Greenbrier, Chandler, Rap David Abernathy. We had Marietta at one point. It was like really nowhere in Atlanta that you couldn't pull up and get some Big One records and DJ Jelly mixtapes. You know, and you know. When it started, you know, it seemed like it blew like wildfire. You know, Jelly, MC Asop, they had the formula. And, you know, they built a team and we took off. Shout out to my boy Baby D, Intoxicated, Loco, the whole old camp. Suede, Dollar Bill, rest in peace. You know, a lot of names I'm dropping, you know, it's a new generation. But if you just went back and you wanted to know what the real Atlanta sound and how the sound originated, you know, from the crunk music. A lot of people don't even know what crunk music is, you know. Big On, we was a lot that. We was the music that was busting heads in the club before Lil Jon and the Lil Scrappies really got national attention. You know, we was the one that was, you know, putting the footwork in out here, showing a new movement. Shout out to Lil Jon, shout out to my boy Lil Scrappy, Trillville, Crime Mob, everybody from that whole movement. You know, that's a whole era that Atlanta and a lot of people just really brush under the table when they try to make everything trap music. But you know, everything had to start from somewhere.
True.
Yeah. Whew. Now I'm just saying, I'm reminiscing. Yo, it's crazy. I'm reminiscing, like, cause, like you said, the whole that I'm calling it the pre-crunk era, or just the beginning of the crunk era before it became nationalized. Like, when we said, I'm talking about plenty of fights at these schools and the whole band sound. Like,
I mean, I'm gonna tell you how serious it was. You remember Tattle Club Up?
Yeah.
Tattle Club Up was like one of the first songs to get banned in clubs in the Southeast region. So, and, you know, they had like 6 different, six. It was probably 5 to 6 different versions of Tattle Club Up. So to give you the multitude what Money is talking about, East Side versus the West Side, that was like one of the songs that was banned in Tennessee, period. Like, we didn't do no shows in Tennessee because of the multitude of clubs getting shut down. Club promoters, like, if our club gets shut down, y'all gonna refund our money. It's just like, that was just the energy behind the music. But East Side versus West Side was like one of the second songs to get banned from clubs. Then, you know, you had Headbuster. You know, you just had those records that, you know, Nuck If You Buck. Like, it was a whole era. So, you know, I think they probably tried to push it out of the way because a lot of clubs getting towed up.
Shit, clubs, skating rinks, house
everything, you know.
Man, yo, what I said got crazy out there.
Y'all really got crunk.
Yeah.
That was the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you go back and you just listen, go back and pick through the real DJ Jelly, MC Assault mixtapes, you will actually hear and you will see how the whole sound of Atlanta. I'm not taking nothing from Edward J, the mixtapes and all that. I'm just saying when a whole nother era of sound, because before us it was Booty Shake. And that was Kilo Ali, Raheem the Dream, you know, Baby Baby, Nasty Dancer.
What you call it era?
What?
Freaknik.
Yeah, that was Booty Shake, 96.
Oh, okay.
That was the 96 era. Freaknik era. So, you know, that was the Booty Shake era, the bass era, you know, the Booty Shorts, Daisy Dukes, you know, we had artists like 12 Gauge, Damage. Like, you know, this, I'm talking about real Atlanta history, you know, that a lot of people, you know, stray away from, and a lot of people try to make it seem like they run in Atlanta now, when it's a melting pot and we all run Atlanta.
Well, what we doing is, because when everybody mentions Atlanta, you always hear about JD, you always hear about Outkast, you always hear about Tip, then of course everybody's coming out now. Like, we going to that underground era that nobody knew about, per se. You know, Baby D, like, a lot of people kind of know him now a little bit because he was hooked up with DJ Ump for a second, did a couple records with him. But he's
a lot of people don't know, and it's just real. Baby D was for a minute the poster boy for Atlanta crunk music. Like, when you came to Atlanta, we shut down Birthday Bash 8 years consecutive, headlining. Mm-hmm. So it just shows, like, you know, just like how you got Jeezy who headlined Birthday Bash, or Tip that headlined Birthday Bash. We was holding stuff down on the independent level as you know, artists. So, you know, we did our thing. Not taking nothing from anybody, but yeah, we did our thing. We had our own sound, we had our own movement, and we all moved together.
It is fun. Like I said, today I went back and I listened to Baby D's Chocolate Toy. I didn't realize how many songs you was on it.
Like, a lot of people don't know, man. Like, I'm an artist, but for the most part, I'm a writer. So if you heard me on a lot of things, it's like I wrote a lot of things. Yeah. You know.
And I was think about, like, yo, I knew this nigga a lot of his verses. Fight.
So I got one thing. So, because I see Welcome to Atlanta, I see the Atlanta Summer Jam that we have never been on. And how can you have Atlanta Summer Jam without having some?
New.
Yeah, I think the Summer Jam, I think this was the second year.
But like I say, if it's the second year, how can you have an Atlanta Summer Jam without having real Atlanta natives?
Look.
You know, so
you gotta take
this
that
is
up.
what we gonna
You gotta take that to a K-Ride. She might go get you for not coming on the show.
Hey, but
so we're gonna get that set up there.
But, you know, since, you know, we're going there, I want to know, what was some of your favorite songs from that era. If you could reminisce and go down memory lane for a moment.
While he thinking, let me ask you, in the OOP camp thing.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk. I already had some. I already had some.
No, yeah. In the OOP camp, from the height of OOP camp to now, like, is there any like unsung worthy things that happen, or is it just like the change of the times and how people listen to music and how people bought music that was like, I don't want to say the decline, but like, there's levels to it. So
I mean, the thing is, we grew as men, as artists, and as like businessmen.
Right.
Like some people stayed in it and wanted to rap, and some people went other ways. But it was more of just learning more of the business and learning how to handle your business as a man. So
I think that's the biggest lesson in hip hop. Like people just really learning the business side.
But a lot of people's problems is they don't know when to quit. They don't know, like, sometimes, and it's not even about quitting. Sometimes you have to bow out when you at a certain peak that you don't wear yourself too thin that you can't come back and do something different.
Right, Kobe.
And, every time you see somebody, they be like, oh, you still rapping, or let me get a record. And it's just like, if you still doing the same thing you did 15 years ago, you're not evolving.
You ain't made no progress. To do something. And a lot of people don't realize that you don't have to be an artist to be in the music industry.
And that's true.
So many different
jobs. Totally true. And like I try to tell people, coming from an artist standpoint, the artist is the last person to get paid.
Definitely.
Last person to get paid, last person to learn the business, last person to know the business, and the last person to want to get mad because you didn't learn your business. Yeah. So, and I can say that I was one of those artists. But I came back and learned the business. So I was able to stay afloat in the music
industry. With the new artists that's out now, do you think they learn the business first or they learn it as they go along? Because they probably
I'm going to be honest with you.
As lost as they was back in the day.
I'm not going to say they're lost. But what I'm going to say is they're learning the business as they go because, and I would take the blame for some of this too, some of the OGs didn't go back and teach none of these young artists that's coming in the game of business. So they are feeling their way out, and I can't say that they
You know what to say that though? When it changed so much, you can't teach nobody nothing old. Because they have to learn new business.
I'm gonna tell you something. It's no new business. All business is the same. It just change around. It's the way, like the same deals. It's the same business, the same structure. It's just internet now.
Yeah,
it's internet now.
Yeah,
it's back on. It's on the internet. It's streamed. Mm-hmm. It's digital downloads. So it's not that the music business never changed. It's just the presentation and how it's put out there for the consumer of today's product.
The name changes, but it stays the same. So deal with
the game. Like I say, it's just a lot of people hate to say this, but it's like the drug game. I'm like, it's been going on forever. It don't change. It's just different drugs that come in the game. It's a different product for a different consumer.
Right. What was the song you were thinking about?
One of my favorites was ATL Ho. That was one of my favorite ones. We Too Deep. They Get Crunk.
Hey man, Get Crunk. You'll never believe how we came up with Stop That Shit. We was at Douglas High basketball game. And if you remember, if you're from Atlanta, when everybody used to score, when the person scored, you'd be on go. So I was sitting there, I was like, hold up. I'm listening to the bleachers. So if you listen to Stomp That Shit, if you go back now, that it sounds like people stomping on the bleachers. And when we dropped the song, we did the We Will Rock You. So it was more of a high school anthem. I was fresh out. So all these songs you hearing, I was fresh out of high school. You understand? Yeah, I'm 18, 19. Like, I'm fresh out of high school, so that was the motivation behind a lot of stuff.
High school. Fresh year high school.
Like we came back on with Trapato at Riding the Chevy Part 2. Yeah. Like that was Baby D. Like Baby D was the laid back. He liked the Chevys. Now I was more of the cause I'm from the West Side, you know. And we straight 8-Ball, MJG, Diablos, Mr. Big Time, you know. So that's if you go back and you listen to the albums, you can see the transition of how it was. Like Baby D had a lot of albums, but I mean, had 2 albums, a lot of songs, but it was more of a collaboration. You know, it just when the Baby D Lil C album, which should have came, but you know. I think we just kind of out. We did start doing more stuff, started seeing more money, doing other stuff, and it was like, you know, route. We're gonna take trips from Cancun, Jamaica, and be in Miami and doing other stuff. You know, that's what kind of overshadowed the Baby D and Lil C album. Being honest, it wasn't we fell out or we weren't fucking with each other. It was we started balling and forgot about rapping. Just being like literally.
I think that happens to a lot of people.
Yeah, but we was balling. A lot of people be on a short run and then
we're gonna get into that balling out in a second, but now we're gonna I don't play your biggest hit, your
East Side versus West Side. Hey man, that's my shit, man. I'm talking about
right. The whole song is just your verse.
No, the whole thing. You can't do it. You can't do the East Side versus the West Side, man. You know, do the whole thing. My kids still trip out right now because I show them a video and they be like, man, I can't believe that's my dad. Like for real, they don't like because they never knew. They knew, but they didn't know. So,
right.
You know.
Especially because it's like history, but it's like Atlanta history. Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't like something that was commercialized or nothing like that. So you had to kind of be there.
If you had to be there to know.
I like learning history, especially music history, because I'm from LA. I only been here 3 years, so I was definitely not around.
So what part of LA you from?
Compton.
What part?
West Side.
Yeah. Got people from Slauson, Delamo. Shout out to my brother Blue DaVinci. Rest in peace, baby Blue. My whole that's LA. Show me a lot of love. Like let me tell you something. It's like my third home. Can't say second home. Got a few places.
We're really welcoming when we know who you are. You know,
even though y'all close early.
Yeah.
I love 3 o'clock.
They trying to get the legislation changed so we can open and stay open later, like all the other major cities.
They kind of the reason why clubs get shut down.
Look, strip clubs close strip clubs, music can't be loud in LA. It's like
they have to play top 40.
Yeah, you can sit in there and literally you can talk to each other
like a lounge-ish type of thing. Last calls at 1:30.
Yup.
You know.
Yeah, I picked that up when I was in New York too.
So they're trying to get it changed because it's a major city and they want to stop. I think they made it so you could stop serving. You could buy liquor until 4.
Okay.
But the club itself,
I think the South is like the only region clubs stay open real late.
Yeah, but y'all can sell liquor on Sundays.
We just started
doing that.
In Atlanta,
I mean, but that's just because of the you know.
Because Florida they sold liquor on Sundays.
Yeah.
I remember I went to Pittsburgh. I was like, club shut down at 2. I was like, what? Wait, huh?
Last call is at 1:30. I'm out the club at 1:45. I'm parking lot pimp. I don't need no niggas trying to holler at me. Let me go before traffic hit, before the fight starts, before they start shooting. I'm already on a one-on-one back to Compton. I don't need the problems.
Yo, we about to play this East Side versus West Side. Baby D featuring Lil C. If you're from Atlanta, you ready to know how to do it.
Baby D out in there, B.I. East Side, nigga. Lil C out in there, B.I. West Side, nigga. East Side, ho. West Side, West Side.
Taking it back. Original Atlanta.
Sometimes you look at some people. Y'all really from around.
I mean, it's you know they cemetery song. Music change every 10 years.
Yeah, I know that.
And if you really pay attention to it, you don't know how to really control it. And you know when to jump in and jump out. Like right now, everybody, like, Yeah, just stay out. Because it's let them do it. It's time for a new everything. Like, there's no need to fight against a machine that's going to change itself. When it come back around, history repeats, and if you're good at what you do, you're going to catch the wave.
See, I can't talk about the club aspect.
And where do you stay now? So you in
I used to work in the West End.
yeah, so let's say West Side is Bankhead all the way to the West End, and you can take it all the way around to the spots, because that's Southwest of Atlanta. And let's say bring it all the way to not Old National, but like Washington Road, because that's by the time you get to Washington Road, you're coming into the South Side. But it's big. Zone 1, Zone 2, some Zone 3. I know about the cab, but I don't listen to I'm not talking about people. Police. Like, I said, fuck the people. I'm talking about police.
Everybody say don't get caught with your ass like a can.
Cop, they're gonna do something to you. I'm talking about they're gonna give you some charges that you don't want. They're gonna trump the charge. You can't kind of shoot you. Sorry. No, but I'm gonna tell you something. The coolest person around here is LA is looking for drugs and things. Anything else?
Unless they want to.
What you got like
In front of you, no.
what was you doing? And they ran your tag?
When he was hiding and then I was coming down the hill. Since they made that news, don't nobody see me down the street. But you know, I was just driving regular. There was a car in front of me, and I didn't use my blinker. I just changed lanes. So it was like started to maintain a lane. So his car's right there, and I'm already going down the hill.
It was here? Okay, so here. I knew it. It was an easy thing to get.
I had one.
Bail out, then I had to pay. So stupid. They take your property over here.
Then you got to go all the way to
Car over
Bankhead.
here.
Well, you have been to Bankhead. That's where you had to reach your property from.
I mean, yeah, I've been there before. I used to,
That's what
when I
they
was
say.
visiting, I used to stay in there.
Correct. Marietta Street. I'm from the west side, like Bankhead.
But I stayed down there. Like once you go, like where the club is, the street where it's talking about, I don't go past that street. Get to Bankhead.
Marietta Street.
That's actually Bankhead was right at the club.
Bankhead is the blue flag VI Marietta Street.
But what's where the TI club is?
It's
Club Crucial? No, Club
Crucial.
You got
In that area, yeah.
That wouldn't be live. Now you don't
Well, it used to be what, right attack?
now you going to be live.
Okay, be live.
West of that.
Be live was tip too. Tip like
Yeah, but west of that. Like when you pass
yeah, you going
that
yeah,
street,
you going
keep
back.
going away.
But that's Johnson Road area.
I was in
That's on the back end. You right. You right.
that other club. People walking the streets
They walk the streets all the time with my income. They
And then
they open on Mondays and
they do sort of
they
business.
open Mondays. They do another day.
I need a Lexi Club down
Where?
there. It's like blue or something on the left hand side.
Where you going?
Down there, I don't go. I've seen it a couple times.
Nah, I know the spot. I know the spot. A little bit closer to.
Like if you take the street to the permit office, it's on that street, but it's on the left hand side. Like if you going
I don't know about the Desmond, but I know it's a little under.
Oh, you talking about it's like 2 stories?
It might be.
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I can tell you. I can tell you about the area, but I can't tell you what goes on in the building. I can tell you what in the building.
I never go on.
I got a couple. When I get off on Bank Street, I'm going to East Lane.
That's a Bruce Wayne legend. You probably living in a car.
Locked up, living in Coward. He's locked up in the jail.
Somebody wrote it. Somebody, I'm locked
Living in
up.
Coward. I heard all was bad from it.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't never been bad.
Not bad as far as that. I'm talking about the police.
Yeah, they was the number one intimidators. Until everybody else started intimidating. Like I say, like Atlanta, you can get away with a lot of stuff. You chill, cool, but it's just other places where you go, they gonna give you a bill.
I did not know the bluff was real.
Oh, yeah.
I know now.
Look, Fulton County tag, I'm telling you this. You go anywhere with Fulton County tag, you better have a wildlife tag.
I was like, why is this movie? Like, what is this movie? I was so mad about it. But they was like, no, that's real. I was like, oh, okay, so it's right there by the like, no permit case to be called the Addictive Radio.
It's a research.
I got to know where I'm at. Like, oh, let me, I don't know back there.
I used to be on the web. It's crazy as a kid. My dad always had a cleaning business. And we used to clean a couple of lady pools, pockets, everybody does this and all that. And as a kid, I didn't know about that.
What's he doing? Is that here in Atlanta? Or what is that?
I don't know.
He did a freaking show like a
Yo, what?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we gonna talk about that.
What?
Ain't that the one who used to host V-Live? And he was like going into promoters there. Yeah, but see, my boy, he keep asking for a rematch. And I like, that's my boy. And I'm just like, what do you mean? I'm like, that's my boy. And I'm just like, please. It was already kind of bad. Well, don't get mad at rematch. So you'll have a good check to come home to. Straight up.
That boy, where he got it.
He got a what?
You can watch the video on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, it was bad.
Still circulating. He was talking so much shit on Instagram.
I'm gonna leave him alone for that.
Yeah,
OJ is done.
I don't know
It
who
was
called
bad.
who out for the fight, but
He did.
It
was bad.
Yeah, and then he ended up in the
Hell yeah! Look, real shit. Me and Pastor Troy, because I'm working on we're in Atlanta docu-series right now. Me and Pastor Troy got the song now using for action on church. That's just like telling that Floyd Mayweather to stop doing his money. If you get
like an ocean of money for it.
But it's funny, like if you go back, if you watch an old Pastor Troy video, you see what they say.
Always been
there. Always been there.
Boom type of situation, you're probably filled up.
yeah, man, so some things you just have to.
Streaming from from Atlanta, Georgia. To the world, the planet's ultimate hip-hop station. This is AUMA Radio.
We back.
And we back, your boy Money Zion. We still got Lil C in the building.
I'm Jay Michelle.
And we went down memory lane. Hey, those records you played, those were like some major, I'm talking about every song he played, those major songs that dropped in that, like, I'm talking about that played for years. Like, it's just crazy. I can say this because how the music industry have got so programmed. Like, if you go back to when music really ran the streets and the request lines really made the song go. Like, when you dropped the album, they was probably requesting 4 or 5 songs off of one album, and that was off the underground on the underground level, you know. So
that's what's up. It's a lot of underground hits that people just fail to recognize them.
This is what I'm gonna say, and I'm glad you said that. That's why I'm working on the Real Atlanta docu-series right now to come back and show everybody, because you know right now Atlanta is hot.
Yeah.
And like I've been working on this docu-series for like 5 years, like 7 years, and it's not something that that could be done overnight, and it's not a story that anybody can tell or anybody can come here and just put it together, because a lot of people came here and shot what they think Atlanta is, but in order to really tell the story on what Atlanta is, it got to be from someone who was there. And what this Real Atlanta docu-series is, I'm sitting down with all the OGs, and we talking about all the stories. I'm talking about stories that most people heard about, but don't know about, and we clarifying a lot of things. I'm sitting down with Ghetto Mafia. I got Mike Cato, the owner of the Blue Flame, never have did a interview in his life. I'm the only person that he sat down with, and we talking about the history of Atlanta. Because if you know, the Blue Flame was the first black strip club in Atlanta.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, first black strip club. Blue Flame in Magic City, but Blue Flame was first. Blue Flame been there 31 years. A lot of people don't know Mike Cato. He owned the 559. That was another big club here in Atlanta. And that was Thursday night college parties. But then when you think about that, I can go deeper. Mike Cato daddy owned the Royal Peacock, where Ray Charles and everybody started their first. So like when I'm talking about, I'm going deep on this Real Atlanta docu-series. I'm really showing you the reason why everybody's in the Blue Flame today. The reason why everybody moved to Atlanta and why Atlanta is what it is. Because, you know, like I say, you can talk about the major artists, but when you sit down and talk about the major artists, they cannot say Count, they cannot say Ghetto Mafia, they cannot say the Hard Boys, they cannot say Kilo, they cannot say Raheem, they cannot say A-Town Players didn't shape everything that they're doing now. It didn't drop out the sky. So my thing is, I'm going back showing love to the ones that ain't got love shown, but I'm bringing everybody up to speed to what's going on now also.
That's usually how it works when you're a creator of something and you start something and then everybody like catch on later. The people that started don't get the credit.
They just do.
Exactly.
And the thing is, I don't want to wait till everybody's dead to actually tell a story. Like, I can say this, and this is no disrespect. Like, the Ludacris thing, the ATL thing, it was a good documentary. But for what we stand for and what Atlanta come from, it's a real story behind it. And it just didn't start from throwing bones.
Everybody comes to Atlanta because they feel like Atlanta sticks together. Everybody works together. Everybody.
It's not like that now.
So I wanted to ask you, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, how true is that? How true is the camaraderie in Atlanta when it comes to working with music today versus back then?
It's different. Mm-hmm. It's more clicks now. And when I say it's more of what do you have now? What kind of car you drive? Do you got the latest Rolex? Do you got a 36 millimeter or 42? How can you help me?
And I could jump on.
But back when we was coming up, when you like I say, everybody now got the glitz and glamour. When we was coming up, we had to do it the brick and mortar, meaning we built everything that everybody is standing on. So showing you how to go out there and pass out the flyers, like a lot of people thinking, I'm gonna tell you this, when you wonder why artists that had real artistry stuck around, and to this day people still rock with them, like a Monica or Escape. Like when they was coming up in that, yeah, I'm so happy. I can't wait December 31st. But when you think about it, and I'm gonna tell you, when it was coming up, you really got out here and you touched the hands of your fans. Meaning, do you remember back in the day when you used to have album signings and people used to go to the store?
I met Baby D down on Riverdale Road.
You get what I'm saying? At DBS Sound.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tobago. So, you know, like one thing about me, I got a very photogenic mind. I never forget anything that comes up, anybody that showed me love. But back to what I was saying, the artists back then, we used to actually get out here and touch the people's hands. So once you can touch a person's hand, you can touch them and feel them, and you can actually read their persona, you feel like they gave you something. A lot of artists these days, they feel like if you drop a song on the internet, you put it out there and you got 1,000 people, like I got 500,000 views. No, you really don't got 500,000 views. You probably got 500,000 clicks, but how many people actually listen to it? So, you know what I'm saying?
That's we always say, I'll say that now. Like, you know, you give a girl $50 to make a dance video, you know, I just watch her shake her ass on mute. I
don't even know what the song says. So,
right.
So, you know, it's just like a lot of people, it changed.
It don't change, but it stay the same, but it changes in its own certain way. Like, touching the people and doing and footwork will never be old.
No.
It'll never be old. Regardless if you need a stream or you need somebody to buy the whole thing, you still need to get out, touch the people.
What artists do you actually see getting out now today? Like, just be for real.
The only one lately is Cardi B.
And that's because she just have a whole nother persona about herself. Right. And the thing is, I'm going to tell you something.
A lot of these artists think they can hide behind Instagram.
Yeah, and a lot of artists just feel like they can throw on big chains and put on, and I'm a rapper now. Like, no, man, you got to get out here and make a name for yourself. And get the artistry respect. Like, just because, and I see a lot of artists like, well, I got the chains, I got this, well, I'm a rapper. Like, no, you got to get out here and put in some footwork that makes you a household name.
Definitely. And it takes a long time.
Yeah. Anything that happens overnight is not going to stay around. Exactly. I was just going to say, consistency is the key.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta get out here. You gotta touch the people. You gotta do the footwork. You can't just hide behind IG and be like, now you need those numbers to go along with you getting, you know, a deal or whatever it is your goal is. So you have to have followers. You have to have views. But at the same time, you could do whatever it is you need to do. At the end of the day, if nobody like your music, they're not gonna run with it. Period. So not only do you have to have quality music, which some people don't. But not only do you have to have quality music, but you have to be personable too. You cannot just have on IG. But you have to be on IG too consistently. Like,
because that's
it's the same, but it just added more stuff to it.
If you get
social media has been added.
Exactly. Social media just made, I'm gonna tell you something. If you use it on the right platform, you might have you're gonna get some. Social media has made it that you can drop your music here in Atlanta and somebody in Japan hear it right now.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's the best part of being social and being able to see that. But still, you need a core fan base. Everything starts with a core fan base.
Right.
Because those are the ones who going to keep supporting you. That's why Beyonce won't fall off. That's why Patti LaBelle won't fall off. That's why Tina Turner, you understand what I'm saying? That's why Michael Jackson, dead and gone, won't fall off because he left an impression. You know, so more people buy into something because they still want that feeling. Music now don't have a feeling.
Yes, I don't. I find myself listening to a lot of 80s and 90s.
90s was the best era.
Love it.
90s was the best era. 2000, I can say music started getting watered down like 04, 05.
Mm-hmm. Right after Confessions.
And my thing,
Confessions was like the last good
R&B
record.
And you know, that's when the industry started pushing bullshit. And I'm not saying the artists was bullshit. I said the industry started pushing bullshit, meaning they started saying we not gonna sign this artist that's talking about this to empower this people. We're not gonna sign this India Aria, this Erica Badu. We're gonna just all sign ignorancy. And if we sign ignorancy, that's what's gonna promote. So that's what you said.
And it's funny, around that same time, that's when MySpace dropped, and then everything, like, everybody became a rapper.
Yeah.
Like, everybody became a rapper.
Once the internet blew up, I say the internet blew up, and then it gave access to a lot of things to a bunch of people that didn't need access to it. How to buy one of these. Everybody on Amazon buying all their studio equipment. Okay, do you know how to work it though? No. Now, Mac, you could go into the store. At first, you couldn't get a Mac. Like that.
It was exclusive. Macs was only for studios. Macs was only for studios because they was couldn't get by it in video editing. And that the thing was, Macs was so special because they supposedly not caught viruses.
Right.
And that was the whole thing.
Everybody walking to the Guitar Center and saying, "Ash, you just go ham." Man, now you a producer. Now you got a studio.
And I'm going back.
For me, too is the baby.
Oh, 5. I was right out of high school. 5. I was.
He ain't really a baby.
No, he grown. I graduated high school in 2000.
Well, we came out the same year then.
That's when I went into high school. Straight into Riverdale.
Oh, man, Riverdale.
Yeah, back and forth rivalry over here. Oh,
I mean, Riverdale, I'm going to tell you something. We used to come out here in Riverdale to get good girls. Like, for real. All the way side, you come to Riverdale, you get good girls. They got a good family. Got mom, dad.
Nice house.
Yeah, nice house.
Nice house.
Mom gonna cook. Dad gonna cuss you out, which, you know.
And it was free.
Shout out to Geronimo.
They did Geronimo?
Big head ass. Yeah,
what up, Geronimo? Geronimo been putting it down for some years, man. For real.
Big head ass.
All right, so after boot camp,
bring him in.
What went on, man?
I mean, it wasn't even after boot camp. It was like more of a transition. We was getting older, so you know, the older you get older friends and more friends. So we just really transitioned, and a lot of people seen us out in the streets with the Black Mafia family.
Tell us about that. Go. You gotta go.
How was the GMF era? I read the books. And I watched the documentary.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Which
I was fast. I would have been out here.
Which documentary did you see?
It's one on Netflix.
Yes, it's one on Netflix.
It was basically saying how they got caught up with the cell phones and shit like that. What was happening and all that other stupid shit. And in the book, it was basically saying like, start catching bodies that brought attention.
Bullshit. The book was bullshit. The book was and this is just real. The book was public information, and basically it was public information edited down good enough for consumers to buy it.
Makes sense.
I'm just being honest with you because the book, if you read the book, you can see how it was two-sided. It was not one story that consisted of beach right here or this. No, it was everywhere. But due to the popularity of Big Meech and Southwest Tea, the book sold. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was public information. You can go right now and Google or pay. What's that? What you can get the public information from? When you want to get
Google.
It's actually when you want to get discoveries.
Oh, like Lexus.
Yeah, you can go to like Lexus, pay and get all the information.
Yeah,
and write a book.
Yeah.
So what I can say is that BML book, it really wasn't. You really cheated. You everything that you seen, you could have. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna take it. Be so real with you. The lady who wrote the book was so smart that if you go back and get the Rolling Out, she was an editor for Rolling Out.
Right.
She did a whole series on BMF and the Rolling Out. Everything that she did from her notes and that's the book. Yeah. From the magazine put out. nobody, but living in the BMF era, there was like some of the golden, like I can't say the golden years of my life because being with Big Oomp and just being a founder of music for Atlanta, those were my golden years because I was young and I was very innovative. But being with BMF, I just learned how to get along with a plethora of brothers and sisters from all different walks of life. So you know how we was able to talk like, well, you from LA? Well, where you from LA? Oh, you Compton. It was I was able to network and see more things, go better places, and just where my mind was in the big old days and the East Side versus West Side days, I was more interested in getting a box Chevy on 22-inch gold D's. But once I got older, I was more interested in getting the 645 coupes on 22-inch Assantes. Like my crave for other things and my wants to do other things changed. You know,
but this is the second phase that helped change
Atlanta. But and that's what I say when a lot of people say real Atlanta. What movements was you in to actually say that you was real Atlanta?
So what musical era was that? That was like 90s hip hop, right?
No, what? The BMF era?
Yeah.
No, that's 03. That's T.I. trap music. Right before, I'm gonna tell you something. T.I. trap music changed the era of Atlanta music from crunk. If you really want to know, because it was I'm gonna tell you the song 24s. Money, hoes, cars and clothes. Like that was Tip big record for the streets. But that was an independent. He didn't have a label. He was on PSE. And he wasn't on PSE. That was his label. But after that, 24s, the Dope Boy era came out. But Dope Boys in the Trap took off from Tip's first album, and that was not even the song that they were pushing. You remember it was a Beanie Man single. I'm Serious.
Yeah. So
once Tip got dropped, trap music took off, and then trap music took off, then 24s, and that was.
Then we had a new being, man. Shout out to No Longer.
That was my nigga, T.I. I mean T.Y. I mean, what you know about T.Y.?
I came here for the first time in 2010.
Because shout out to T.Y., shout out to J Sky, shout out to my boy Kurt, shout out to Lee, shout out to Noon, shout out to Sosei, shout out to Ray, T-Ray, Levi, Jug. So when I tell you these are my brothers, so when you talk about, and I can't even say, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be real with you, not taking nothing, because I heard what you said. You said the new BMF. Not
in a different way.
No, I'm not taking that because I was a part. No, I was a part of both crews. These are my boys. Like when you like, and I'm not gonna say because some people like thought I'm an OG, but really I'm like an OG. But when you're an OG, you know how to differentiate. You know the things like yes, T.Y. had a great movement, but to compare him to compare. It's totally different because it was two multitudes of a whole different and a whole different operation. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So you can't take it.
You came in the end of it, BMF? The end of it? I was at the end of that.
Who came in what?
At the end of BMF?
I was actually on game.
He said that. John Ronimo said that.
No, I was actually on game.
I came in 2010. I came here and I was hanging out with Dirty Girls and Dirty Boys Club Miami Days.
Yeah,
so, like,
Saturday night.
2010, so like right after that, I remember they came to LA and partied up real big, and then like after that, it was like they was gone.
But
so
I didn't catch the BMF thing on the end. I was actually, if you go back, I'm on the BMF game, and that was on not Netflix.
It was on History Channel.
It was History Channel.
I watched that. Yeah, I got cursed out.
Shout out to Ian.
For watching it.
Shout out to my boy Ian.
Because we went to his birthday party. He kept it.
Oh man,
I
hadn't even seen it. And we had like when I did the BMF Gangland thing, like I didn't see it when it aired on TV, no nothing. So my birthday party, matter of fact, he was my photographer. And everybody was like, man, you know, everything this one, Twitter. Yes, Twitter.
Right, Twitter.
So Twitter popping like, man, look at my boy Lil C on History Channel. And that's when he like, man, you on TV? I'm like, man, I didn't, like my thing was, I didn't know how big our movement was until I was actually able to sit back and look at all the shit that we was in. Because the thing is, when you're a part of something and you're not in it for the purpose and the things, you just live in life.
It's just a part of
It's just a part of life. So you know how people like, you know how you said I wish I would have caught that era. I didn't even know it was you understand what I'm saying? Until it's over.
Just like music. You don't turn to a classic until years and years later.
Like that billboard right before Turnfield, you come from the South. It used to be
that
big
was the BMF.
Right.
We had the billboard right over the Georgia Dome. Like the one that's
the thing
right
now.
over
People get billboards now.
But what I'm gonna say, you have to learn it and you have to see it from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, it all goes back to marketing. It's the same marketing. You just, you know, it went from putting a flyer in somebody's hand. Here you go. So when you know a person is moving so fast, you gotta go bigger. And the thing was, when it comes to BMF and it comes to that movement, we started Make It Rain. So when you think about it, when you think about the Make It Rains and the Lil Wayne and the Fat Joes, like they was able to take from what they seen street dudes doing in the club,
right,
and capitalize off of it. You understand?
Those are the people that always set the standard for, you know, commercial and business things.
I mean, the mafia in the streets always ran the music industry anyway.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
So it's always
about
going to be
how the mob started in Las Vegas.
Yeah. So I see you read a lot.
Oh yeah.
She read.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
But
I beat you. Stop. No, I just ordered my Gucci book today. I cannot wait until it comes on
watching that show. It was actually it was after your party. She was like, "Hold on, wasn't you just with him?" I was like,
she was scared.
She wasn't really scared, but you was like, you hanging around BMF members. I was like,
yes, girl.
No.
I just ordered my book, my Gucci Mane book.
I'm proud of Gucci for everything he's doing right now, man. Like a lot of people, Gucci actually comes from a lot of eras. If you really want to know, like, you know, Gucci doing this thing. So I'm proud of everything. I like the new Gucci. I like the old Gucci, but for now, man, you know, maybe what Gucci doing now makes some of these kids clean up their image, man. Since everybody followed him the first
Seriously.
time.
So who out right now that you like respect? Not necessarily listen to, but
I'm gonna tell you this.
Support
right now. Now, what I'm gonna say is, and you say this, I respect everybody. So first off, if you're doing anything, I respect you. But who I'm rocking with, I like Lil C, YFN Lil C, and I just think it's just something about him. Like he just got an old soul to him.
Yeah, he seem like he be chill.
He like I like Lil C. He look like he get his money, he do his thing. I like what's that dude? I've been listening to the Hardaway dude. What's his name? Derez Deshaun or something like that. Yeah. I like the song, but I gotta see how he's gonna stick around. But I'm rocking with Dolph. No, I'm definitely rocking with Hollywood YC, the Money Powering, cause that's my family. Hollywood Road. I'm rocking with all the young movement, the new movement. Definitely Lil Baby. Definitely fucking Lil Baby and Lil Marlo. West Side Stand Up. Fucking Whole Pockets Full. Everything over there. Anything from the West Side I'm supporting. No disrespect for anybody else, but it's just time for the West Side to come back. That's what I want to see. I mean, we did. He's like, no. I'm gonna tell you something. It's not like I tell you, it's a shift. Right now, the North Side never had a movement really. So the Migos is killing shit right now.
That's true.
So, you know, like the West Side always been like an East Side, South Side, West Side thing. Because, you know, when D4L had their movement and Shout Low, that was all West Side. But then when you think about Travis Porter and all them, that's East Side. You know, and then when you talk about the 2 Chainz and all that, that's the South Side. North Side really never had nobody but K-Count. And when the K-Count bust the open thing for the North Side Marietta, it took it on over because, you know, why the hell why the hell Gwinnett saying North Side?
I don't know. That's
it's kind of east.
It's very
northeast.
It's northeast, yeah.
And Marietta is northwest.
But Marietta, you got Sorry and K-Count.
Yeah. Who?
Sorry.
Nah,
Siri?
Sorry. He lives in
How you spell it?
Marietta.
S-I-R-I?
S-Y.
Oh, S-Y-R-I. Yeah, I seen that.
But I think he originated from. Where he originated? I don't think he originated. I think so. Cause he been around.
One thing
I
I can say, yeah, that's why I remember. But one thing I can say, K-Camp was the North.
I kind of like his new single.
Yeah, K-Camp. I rock with K-Camp.
It's funny. I went back and I was listening to like a lot of the snap songs. You know, the groups that
K-Camp showed so much love. Baby D and Lil C when he came up, man. That's why I got a lot of love and respect for K-Camp.
You gotta show love back.
He was like, man, I remember when this, like, I'm talking about in the peak of his career, he posted stuff like, yeah, man. A lot of artists don't show homage, don't pay homage, and it's not about saying fuck that nigga, he old and he washed up. Like, nah, nigga, it ain't about being washed up. You don't want somebody to pay homage to you if you work hard.
True.
Yeah. And always pay homage to somebody you respect and you listen to, and I think that's been the biggest thing I've seen with a lot of the older generation. Mm-hmm. It's like y'all listen to us. You know, y'all took what we built on and expanded it, but y'all act like y'all did it yourself.
Yeah, but like I say, if you can't fault them either, because none of us came back and taught them the game. Like if you look at 21 Savage and you look at 21 Savage, who was that? Yeah, he's from the east side too, like that area. I'm trying to think.
That's why I do kind of give respect to Gucci.
Who was
because he worked with a lot of them.
Gucci don't put a lot of niggas on, like, man. Gucci don't put more artists on than any independent, like, not independent, any major artist in Atlanta. Like, Gucci has really, and he don't get his credit for that.
Gucci has
like, you understand what I'm saying? Not taking from any artist, and I'm saying they ain't never did enough for their artists. But how many artists that you have really seen that Gucci have touched and they flop? Or he done had something to do with him, even if it's a bad fallout. Gucci got a good track record for breaking people. It don't even matter. You know, everybody have their issues. I mean, everybody have their issues, and like I said, I'm just the type of man that I don't really like to gossip. So if you might ask me about something, and if I know that's their issue. And with me coming from the ground up, I got a lot of relationships with these people, like Atlanta artists, like real artists. So it's just like I don't really like to speak on a lot of people's situations because it can go both ways.
That's true.
Like, I don't want to be like, oh man, I seen this interview and then like, no,
it's tricky.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Word get
That's true. Yeah.
You know, you'll never catch me talking about another artist in this
situation.
Yeah, you know, have to man up. That's what's wrong now. People get into their feelings and get on Instagram.
What about not the beef aspect of it, if there's any, but the music aspect of it? How you feel about Rich Homie music or his situation and Jeffrey?
Young Thug?
No, not that. I'm just saying the music side of it. Like,
you know, I said I like Young Thug. Rich Homie, I like Rich Homie, but I like the first going in, one, still going in, two, like the first Rich game when they was working, like, but a lot of people, you know, Rich Homie Quan.
It was just on Everyday Show. I had just watched the.
I mean, I just feel like
interview with him.
You got to keep it real with the people you come up with. The same way you go up, is the same way you go down. And if you went up good, you're gonna come down good. If you go up bad, you're gonna have a crash. So my thing is, when you ask me about their music and their relationship, I just wish that they could come back and just do something just for the culture.
Yeah.
You know, to keep it pushing. That's it.
Yeah, I
made money.
Like religiously when it came out.
I mean, me too.
I like both their music. I like the way they rap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but man, I was listening to Young Thug on his first mixtape, and I just knew that he was gonna be something one day. You know,
hopefully it's still out there for him to do that.
What?
Civil War, like
who? Young Thug?
Yeah.
How much bigger can he get?
I mean, well, on the interview that he was talking about, he had a situation with his label that he had to get off of. So that's why when he had his single, he hadn't really been releasing nothing because he was trying to get off that situation.
Wow.
So, and then you know that mixtape that he dropped. 444 came out that day. So it was super overshadowed.
Jay-Z dropped on the same day that Young Thug.
No,
Rich Homie
Quan. Yeah.
dropped his mixtape. It came on the same, and I thought
who overshadowed who?
Jay-Z overshadowed Rich Homie.
Yeah, that's a known kid.
Right, so I thought he was gonna change the date, and he did. And I was like, because I was looking forward to it, like, oh, it's a new mixtape. I can't wait to listen to it. But before came out, and I was like, oh yeah, that Rich Homie. And then it's like,
that also comes from a lot of artists feel like they, like I just said,
they feel like they Beyonce.
No. They feel like that they can fuck Jay-Z. I'm me. Sometimes you just pay homage and just.
I mean, it was like, back in the day, it used to be one of the things that a couple
artists push on. If I know, like, let me tell you something. Back in the day, if we knew Tip was dropping an album Tuesday, we ain't dropping no album Tuesday because we pushing Tip album. We was a record label on top of a record company, but we weren't gonna. If T.I. had a mixtape he was putting out, we weren't gonna drop something and overshadow T.I.
Right.
If Lil Jon was dropping something, we weren't gonna drop something overshadow. Like right now, everybody want to have the power. But they don't understand there's enough money and there's enough everything out here that everybody got the power. It's just everybody. It's called perfect timing.
Right.
Yeah. And once you have perfect timing and everything else, man, it is what it is.
Because I mean, and like it wasn't like Jay did a surprise drop. He kind of announced. Like,
it was getting promoted. It wasn't a heavy promotion, but I want to say like that one Beyonce record that she dropped as a surprise.
Some of that Lemonade?
No.
Which one?
The Beyonce record. When she dropped it as a surprise.
I
was still
the one she just woke up that morning.
Yeah, I was still living in LA. But ever since she did that, everybody thinks that's the marketing way. But that's not the marketing way. Yeah, that's her marketing way. So like to add on to what you were saying about marketing and promotion and passing out flyers and touching the people, like a lot of these artists feel like you said, I'm me and I could do that. But you don't have a fan base like that to do that. You need maybe 3 to 6 weeks of straight promo.
Yeah, you don't.
You need
6. Like this. See, let's go back to you need 6 months of promo.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we're in the same age group. So do you remember when you used to get 2 weeks before the album dropped a commercial on TV?
Yeah.
They stopped all that.
Yeah. I used to do marketing plans, and my marketing plans were 6 months.
So that's and that's how I still look at it. Because
and in the middle of it, you drop the record, and then after that, you drop
first 3 months. You just going out meeting DJs, going out to eat and kicking with them. You ain't even got a date. You just get a repertoire. By the 3rd month, you pushing, and yes, this is free game. If you out there listening and you out there breathing. By the 3rd month, that's when you pushing a record because the DJ is seeing so much music on a night. And somebody trying to push me, you got to make an impression on them. So take them out, kick it with them 3 months. You got a repertoire with them. So by that third month of you kicking it and going back, buying drinks and politicking and networking, he asking you what you got going on. The DJ asking you, hey man, what you do? And you like, oh man, check my record out. They gonna respect it a little bit more than you just coming up there saying, in the heat of the night, hey man, I got $200 for you to play my record. What you think the DJ gonna do?
$200 and play your record, but you don't have an everlasting relationship like how you say.
Nah, and if you got any real DJ that's on your thing right now, anybody that like this is what I'm trying to get artists. You cannot come in at the peak of a DJ set and say, hey, I got $200. But this is what artists know. You know this, but this is what artists do.
Yeah.
We know
and get mad because the DJ like, well, if you want me to play it, it's gonna be $1,000.
Yeah, because you messing up my set, and we don't know what this sound like. You messing up the whole
But
time.
this $1,000, if you believe in yourself that much,
you can take that $1,000 and go politics like you said.
If you
gonna hang out
instead of getting mad, if you believe in yourself, you're gonna pay the $1,000.
Right.
Pay what you weigh.
They need to. That's the importance of artist development. I got an article
in
this magazine on artist development.
They cut that out. They cut that out.
You need a part 2?
Look, artists don't even know how. Some artists, I'm not gonna say all artists. Oh man, I'm sorry. Y'all know what I'm rocking with? I'm a redder.
I'm not sure.
I like Trouble, but see, Trouble OG. So I'm gonna be so real with you. Some people that rap, I know them on other shit. Mm-hmm. So it's just like yeah, I know you rap, but I respect you on some whole other shit. So I don't
Trouble
even
actually been out for a while.
Yeah, like I'm talking about Trouble 17, 18, jumping out of 645. Like I knew Trouble before rap shit. Like so, it's just a whole nother respect. That's it. So, but I'm aware of the young lady. I think she blew up off the So Gone challenge. Mm-hmm. She's a young lady. That's who I think people need to look out for. Like she got bars. I'm talking about bars. Like, and she got the southern drawl. Like I'm supporting anything ATL right now. And she's so West Side.
Have you heard of
who?
Akbar V.
Who?
Akbar V. She used to roll with Young Thug.
Oh, she's kind of like light skinned.
Yeah.
Kind of not fat but thick. Yeah, I like her too. She about that life though. Hey, yeah, I like her.
No, she dope though.
Yeah,
I'm
ready to see them.
She got a documentary coming out too.
About what?
Herself. Her story.
It's not time yet.
You can't tell people things. You gotta let them.
It's not time yet. And I'm not saying don't do it. It's right. You have to set yourself up so that you can actually monetize off of everything that you're doing. You know, it's not time yet, but hey, push it, baby.
Hey, we're gonna play another old ATL joint that had football games, crazy clubs, crazy.
Which one that is? Let me see. Young Jock.
Nah, Archie.
They used to play
Archie,
all the time when I danced at
we ready, man, boy.
When I danced at Sugar Alley, they used to play all them freaking songs.
I ain't do the free.
It's one that sounds like
Stu Rock. If you think Stu Rock, Travis Porter, all that era, that's Kilo Ali sound. Kilo. If you go back and listen to any Kilo songs, like that was the whole. Like matter of fact, that song. That's Love in Your Mouth. Like that song right there.
You should play that one. He want to take it back to 85 ATL.
That's not 85.
This is 2000.
That's your family in the car.
If your band couldn't play something off of this, your band sucks.
Wow.
I remember when that song dropped. Everybody played that shit back on the band. Everybody.
That's another that I feel like we forget about learning.
The love for the band and it ain't even that you forgot about it. Once youngsters play interest in life change, they stop.
But everything went computerized and nobody really playing instruments no more. That's enough.
But they did that for a reason though.
I said now.
They still do right now. Yes, they do Super Bowl. They still play.
No, I know, don't.
Yeah, I agree with you, but the thing is, they did that for a reason. If we take the instrument out of the kid's hand, it'll stop musicians.
Yeah, they take all the music out.
And they give us watered down, computerized sounds that can easily be erased.
I remember I had band in high school.
That was mandatory. I played.
I was so mad. I wanted that.
It's funny, y'all era.
It was before we got watered down with the bullshit.
But like this whole sound between the Atlanta crunk, pre-Atlanta crunk sound and the Miami bass sound, you put the interest in me doing percussion.
But you gotta, when you say the Miami bass, you gotta put Miami bass and Atlanta bass together.
Yeah, I mean, like that whole sound, that whole sound.
Because that's where they play real percussions on music.
Like, and then putting the squeezing drum, you saying it not like, I'm like, yo, I want to be drum. I went from snare to bass.
I played snare drum, I played bass drum, I played violin, I played saxophone. So I just think I was different than I was
like, you went fast. That's not right.
I can't say I know. Like one thing I can say, like, I don't grow up so many shows here, like, I know a lot of people, but I can't really, I would have to be around people that, oh, yeah. Like I said, I just try to keep a relationship with everybody.
You want to talk about the DJ, the coalition, like how that started?
The DJ coalition,
I've been to a few business sessions, not one in particular, but just different ones as a whole. Like, is it productive? Is it like, working? Is it necessary? Did you eat too much?
I wonder, were you in the studio when they recorded this song? I'll play it for you.
I would say, yeah, he was everywhere.
What? First of all, man, is that clean version or the?
It shouldn't be.
Like, on the clean version, you know, you asked me was like, yeah, on the last verse, maybe he say, this is still hanging out the brain. So, like, man, free my niggas, knowledge, shout it to you, man. Like, that group right here that you playing is one of the most underrated groups in that mountain. Intoxicated.
Does Wax have people came from Atlanta?
Yeah. That's Fly. They're from the east side. Fly.
Oh, Fly, yeah. I remember seeing the video on BT.
Fly.
Shot boys from the west side.
West side, shot. Hey, man, I'm being real with you. I think I'm like, Atlanta.
You want to know why?
But you said you was talking about the DJ crew, right? You said how did it start?
I'm gonna ask him to come back with their like it's effective, like how it works, like it's good for artists to.
I might run some films on that one.
I'm here for the truth.
We all reference some fuck shit.
I know I do.
Hey, these out prime right there. All these songs, man, these out. Yep. But you know how you can play something like, damn, what that is? You know what I'm talking about? That was a hit here. Like, I can say this. You know, we was one label that every last 1 hour artist on our label have a chance to have a hit. Every artist that home released, they have a chance. Everybody has a chance. So it can't one artist be like, this person outshine. That was the game. Before 50 Cent started doing single mix.
It was. Because I used to go to like records and I was so fine.
Yeah, this is the game. 50 changed the way that he just remix songs.
Yeah. That's what basically really he just took from the mix songs and made him, he rapped over everybody's beats.
And originally was just a compilation of songs.
And he took it out of DJ Head. That was another thing he did. That was the one thing he really did.
Streaming from Atlanta, Georgia. Hello World, the planet's ultimate hip-hop station. This is AUMA Radio.
We are back. I'm Jim Chisholm.
It's your boy Money Time. Still got ATL Living Legend, Lil C.
The guru of Atlanta.
Something like that.
Yeah.
In a humble way, you know.
In the most humble way.
Oh, hold on one second.
This is Addictive Radio.
I mean, you know, a lot of people like to talk about what they did and post, but, you know, I'm the type of person, like, you want to know anything about me, you talking mess. You know, a lot of people talk mess on social sites. But I promise you, if you do your research, you have not did half of the shit that I have seen in life. So before you say anything or try to do anything, you know, pay respect.
Word. Respect.
Follow him on Instagram. he started like every morning with something inspirational.
It gotta be positive.
Yeah, he started every morning with something inspirational.
I'll try.
Man, I done been on the bullshit before, so it's just like, man, you gotta try something different. Like,
That's true.
you know, like, what's the use of waking up doing the same shit everybody else doing? If you can't speak positive, if you can't speak positive to somebody, you know,
That's true.
you're not gonna see nothing positive out of yourself.
We're talking about the DJs and artists having a relationship with the DJs. It's a lot of, not a lot, it's a few DJ groups. You want to call them coalitions or whatever. But there is one called DJ Coalition. But like how effective is it for the artist and like, because I used to hook people up to go get their record play, press play. Like a lot of artists probably don't feel like they need to press play on a bunch of DJs, but they do. If you could tell people like the importance of the DJ groups.
I mean, this is what I'm gonna say.
Your relationship with them.
This is what I'm gonna say.
As an artist, or relationship.
The relationship with the DJ is first anyway. But what I can say is a lot of the DJ groups has made it to the point that it's all monetized, and it's to the point where the person that, if you got the biggest check, that's who see you, and talent is getting overshadowed by a bigger check. Mm-hmm. So, like I said before, I said before we came into this, I said I'm gonna probably ruffle some feathers on this one. But it got to the point where the DJs lost the love for the music, and they only saw the love of their pockets. So they started raping the fuck out of artists, not really breaking their fucking records, and giving them a fucking poor ass excuse of saying why the record didn't play. But it also goes back to the artists just paying the DJ and not going out and working the record to see if the DJ was actually working the record and doing what you're supposed to do. So it works hand in hand. And once some, and I'm not gonna say everybody did it, but I'm gonna say a few of the people did it, and that's why you started seeing a lot of DJs get their ass whooped. Because they started taking, like, you gotta realize, like, you still taking money from street niggas that haven't understood artist development and all that. So
when I first heard the term checking in
mm-hmm.
with DJ Mook, because I used to ask to listen to a particular song when we used to go to Blue Cantina on Sunday. He'd be like, I ain't playing that song because they don't check in. And I was like, what check in? I didn't know, like, wherever they at and spinning, you need to go like you said, politic, have a drink, talk, chop it up, not ask to play your record, but just check in. If I'm playing your record at this club, you should be there.
I'm trying to tell you. And I remember, man, we would hit 8-9 clubs in one night. But back to the DJ crew, shout out to all the DJs that still got love for the music, that break artists. The ones that really break artists is the ones who really showing love. Like, they who not showing love is the ones who get love showed back.
And they still around too.
And they still around. Like, I'm gonna give you somebody, DJ Jelly, DJ Monte, DJ Unk, before Unk even started rapping. You know, he was, he was a DJ. Me and Unk went to high school together. So Unk was like, before Unk started rapping, Unk was he was my personal DJ for when I was gonna drop my solo album. So a lot of people don't know that. Like, me and Unk were like brothers. I'm not gonna even say brothers. He was my partner. Like, we clowned in high school. So
do you believe in that? Yeah. Do you believe in the era of the internet that we in now? Is it still possible to break for one particular DJ to break a record?
No, because you guys, it's too. Yeah, not even see.
Not saturated, but
it's oversaturated. But I would say it's possible because Big Rankin broke Lucci. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Let me see who else. I'm trying to Swamp. DJ Swamp Izzo broke Young Thug. In the whole Rich game.
So it has to be not specific, but it has to be a special type of situation.
You gotta do a relationship. Artist. Yeah, and you gotta have the talent. Because like I told you, like, it wasn't what Thug was giving Swamp, because Swamp did Young Thug first mixtape. That's why I say I've been listening to Thug way before. I met Swamp. I met Swamp when he first got to Atlanta. So Swamp built their relationships and got out there. So some things is just do this come back to you. Like I said, when you put out good energy, it comes back.
Like, how hard is it to go around politic and network with DJs but still keep your core DJ that you could say that this is the DJ I want to break my record?
I mean, you can't even say this is the DJ to break. This is the DJ I want to break.
I mean, I got Swamp Izzo with.
But that was just somebody taking his music and believing in it. Gotcha. So that's just something you will have to see who really rocking with you. You just can't be like, this is the person that's gonna break my music, because that might not be the person that break it. Mm-hmm. You know, so no, it's just you just have to.
I feel like I can take credit for breaking a lot of records.
I mean, hey.
Because when I was in LA, I had a hip hop website. The only female in Los Angeles with a hip hop website.
What was the name of your website?
Upnextist.com. Okay. So I had, I used to post music. This is before the gossip era. Like, I didn't post gossip. I just posted music, period. But when I go out and there was an artist on my site that I really liked their music, I would be like, play this record. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yep, somebody always using checks. Especially when you're in LA.
Hello. Mm-hmm. I could name a couple off the top of my head. I ain't even gonna say nothing.
We don't do that, because guess what? When you don't do that, you always come back 10 times.
I got like 7 ciphers on YouTube, BTS footage, all type of shit. But just keep moving.
Before they come back on, we all to help somebody.
We've been talking about the old school. Let's talk about what's going on
now. Old school, the new Atlanta.
What you got going on? Because if you follow his IG, he got his hands in.
I'm gonna tell you something. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, on my IG, I'm cool, positive. But if you on like my Snapchat or something like that, you'll really see. No, I ain't talking shit. You can really see how me and my team really turn up. Like, turn up. Yeah. You know,
I want to turn up.
A lot of people still out here playing. You know, my team is exclusive auto brokers. We buying cars, selling cars, and we keeping a whole lot of cars around here. So anybody out there that's in a car, come holler at me. I'm right on Camp Creek at exclusive auto brokers. If I'm not there, all my brothers are there. Come holler at us.
Y'all buy cars?
We buy and sell. But
I'm about to sell y'all my car.
What kind of car you got?
09 Mini Cooper.
We can sell it for you.
I was gonna send it to CarMax, but if you want, I could do business with y'all. I'd rather do.
You owe something? Yeah. We'll talk after you.
I'm trying to keep my dollar circulating in the Black community. If I have a choice to do so,
don't talk about
I would rather do business with y'all than send it that way. We'll talk about it.
The restaurant still open?
No, I closed Famous Fish in Atlanta because I was, I was in school doing construction. Yeah. So I got my degree in construction management.
So you got his hands.
I got everything. Literally.
I got my degree in construction management. Well, no, I went back. First, I got construction. Then I went back and got my construction management degree. And then I formed my construction company, Baby Joy's Construction. So now I'm looking into rehabbing houses built on that area. So
off the air.
I'm doing a lot of, me and my business partner, we are doing a lot of this in the West End, downtown area.
Then we have a guy here doing it. The dude that was running for council.
Yeah, Steve. Chapman.
I probably know him.
Access.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's him. He just said hi. Hey.
Yeah.
So then I got me and my business partners, we opening up a dog training camp in South Fulton. We're working on that right now daily. Called DIP Dogs in Process. Shout out to my boy Rodney Wooden. Follow him, Hollywood Dog, man. Anybody need a dog's training? I'm talking about protection, obedience, service animals, veterans, hotel services. Like, we are, just really trying to keep our hands full. For the y'all probably can't see it, but Jay got a little filth of him, but not even a filth, got on a little thing. hen back there. But for the people who like to drink, we got we do my big sister named Billy Harris. She do the wine tastings.
Oh, wait, I'm there.
You know, Vino Van. We got
I was waiting for him to say we got the bottles. I'm like, I'm definitely.
But she's working on her own wine bottle.
Nice.
We got the we're doing something different, cultural, like taking the wine tours, go to North Georgia. Follow her at the Vino Van ATL. And let me see what else.
You'll tag me and all of it. I'm gonna repost them all.
And let me see what else we got. It really doesn't like you serious. That's about it. I'm just in a whole nother industry right now. Like you said earlier, you can still be in the music industry but do something different. So I'm just using me knowing a lot of people and just plugging myself doing different stuff from selling cars, construction, dog training, and just going back to telling the story of the industry that I was part of.
When is the documentary?
Right now, I can't really give you an exact release date because I got to halfway done, but I got to do my director's edit because I'm shooting at Netflix.
I was about to say, you gonna put it on Netflix?
Yeah, so I can't really give you, I'm not doing a DVD.
Right.
So
that's out.
So I can't, I would rather, I'm shopping it around and see.
Because I can tell you, I watched that Organized Way documentary.
That was a good one.
A million times. I was just so infatuated, like, oh my God, I want to meet Rico Wade.
You gotta understand, Rico Wade, big homie. Sleepy Brown, big homie, nothing but respect. I'm gonna tell y'all something, even with the Real Atlanta documentary, y'all remember the first Outkast album?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the lady that's on the album? She's actually gonna do my intro to the Real Atlanta docuseries. And that's for the outro, I got Big Zach that does the 6 o'clock Greg Street intro for the 6 o'clock. So when I tell you I'm putting the real history on here. So for when you get and you see the Real Atlanta docuseries, you're gonna hear the first voice that the world heard from Atlanta for Outkast. You'll hear her voice on mine and the voice that everybody in Atlanta. If you're in Atlanta now, you can't say you ain't heard Big Zach Greg Street intro. So
definitely
You still filming something? You still filming?
Yes, I'm not done. I'm doing my direct. I'm halfway done. I'm not even. I still got a lot more interviews, but in order, like I said, you got to start early. So I'm in my director's editing now, doing little stuff, and I'm gonna send it and shop because I got enough footage now that can't nobody come and try to steal what I'm doing, and now so I can start shooting. I mean, I can start shopping and get a bigger budget to do more stuff. But if not, we got it to keep pushing.
It's gonna be dope. I can only imagine.
Wait for the viewing party.
Because it's what's crazy because you mentioned the one one kind of did, and they only kind of started with Luke.
Yeah, and then that's not Atlanta. If you're gonna start from Atlanta, you gotta start with Mojo. Mojo was the first Atlanta rapper. Period.
I don't remember because I was a kid.
I mean, I was a kid, but the thing is, by me being an artist, I have to do my research and know where it came from saying when artists put out music in Atlanta.
Yeah.
How important is it? We talk about this all the time. How important is it for other artists just to know the history, not only from where they come from, but the history of hip hop, period?
Can I say something? I'm going to tell you this. The history of hip hop has always been told. It's always been told. Like, New York. But I feel like even California need their history told.
Pre-NWA, because it was rappers before
come on,
NWA.
you got to think about it. You had
Ice-T.
Yeah, Ice-T. Yeah. It's just like everybody's story needs to be told. It's not just like when everybody say hip hop, it just always go back to Grandmaster Flash, all of them. But KRS-One, but like even during their times in different genres, it was music going on. Yeah. They just popped it off to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of made it.
They made the first recorded hip hop.
Yeah. So and like I tell everybody, that's what made me do do a real Atlanta docuseries is because you can go. You from Atlanta. You from LA. I can tell you New York history about music, but how can you be here in Atlanta and be from Atlanta doing it, but can't tell you no history?
Well, I'm from both. From US, so I know more about New York history.
But you're here too.
Yeah. But, and you see how much I know about Atlanta history.
Yeah. So, but and that's my main purpose. Like by Atlanta being, and New York used to be the mecca of hip hop.
Yeah.
Now Atlanta being,
Somebody asked me my favorite artist.
And what is your favorite artist?
Now, before.
Now.
I don't have a favorite artist. I have favorite songs. Because I tried to explain to somebody else before, because I'm a creative in my mind. So I like the process of music being made, from the drum machine to finish it off with the vocals. So I can sit in the studio all day and be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like really happy. Like, oh shit, we're making music. Super rare. So it's like once.
That's not weird.
I said rare.
Oh,
so like once it's made and the process of being made, it excites me. That's what I love about music. And then the culture, you know what I'm saying, everything behind it and stuff like that. So now, I mean, when my first purchases, I would say my first whole CD purchase was Volume 2, Jay-Z, and then the second was All Eyes on Me. But before that, I was like, we had VIP records, like how y'all probably had like y'all CD stores. I will go buy mix CDs, but I'll also go buy singles. Because they had the single cassettes and you get 3 for $5.
Yeah.
You know it's funny. I do want that memory lane.
35.
Me too.
Yeah. So I used to buy cassettes and just
my first CD I actually bought was 5 Baby CD.
For real?
Probably so.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna take you back. I didn't even have to see my first album I ever had. Vinyl. My first album I ever had. I gotta say albums was LL Cool J, I'm Bad. Standing on top of the car. Fat Boys on Wipeout, and Salt and Pepper Push It. Those were my first 3 albums.
I remember riding with my uncle and his Beatles with my little cousin. We was like babies. But I remember Brass Monkey.
Beastie Boys.
Yeah, Beastie Boys. And I remember being at the house in Compton listening to Chronic.
Do you know what made all us listen to the Beastie Boys? The bass. And the Beastie Boys was the only white group signed to Def Jam at the time with a roster full of black people.
Yeah.
That's what
Beastie Boys was Run DMC for
white
people.
Yeah, I think Baby was my first album I actually bought. Because Lil Wayne's first album was the first album I actually stole. I'm saying it's not there.
It's stole.
Yeah, it's good for me.
You gotta
it's been a while. I think maybe because with that DBS sound, I had my aunt take it right after school. Got the poster sign, got CD sign.
It was like, I miss those days, man. Yeah. Those are the real.
They had artists he still do. Like, I remember.
And he still try to do it every once in a while. Get artists to come out to the record store and stuff like.
I think he done closed DBS down.
Now he moved it. He moved it up 85.
For real.
I wish artists started doing that again.
There's no record stores. They gotta bring record stores back. But you can't bring record stores back when everybody's saying download and stream. But you know what they can do? Do Apple signings.
But I mean, I
do Apple signings, do some Google store
just an in-store meet and greet.
Yeah.
Because I go to the record store, I go down to Criminal Records.
For real?
Yeah, in Little 5 Point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They still got the vinyls and stuff in there too. Yeah.
Yeah, I met Yo Gotti, Tyrese.
This nigga, I just got him the first, not the first, but her most commercial Anita Baker record. So they just dude at the time who started a vinyl collection. So I had got him that Anita Baker one, and I had got John Coltrane.
So what do you do besides radio?
I'm in nail technique.
Where?
And a host.
And a host? What do you hosting?
What's the last thing I hosted? Dreams, not dreams
no more.
No, strip clubs.
Yeah.
They be turned up.
I used to dance.
Not hanging with Jay. Never gonna burn the club down like she drink Hennessy, same thing.
Jameson though.
She drink. I drink Hennessy.
That was a gift. I drink Jameson. I stay with a Jameson bottle. Yes, Jameson shots all around. Let's go to the strip club and take shots.
What day is?
Today's Tuesday.
Magic.
No, Blue Flame.
Little baby, the flame, baby.
Blue Flame Tuesday.
Last time I was in a flame with him, he
baby.
got mad because they wouldn't let me bring my camera and he went back to the car.
And got your camera.
The first time I went to Blue Flame, I wasn't even living here yet. The first time I went to Blue Flame, and we were standing outside waiting to get in because they needed to check everybody. When I tell you the first time I seen the security with the sawed-off shotgun, I was like, wait a minute.
Like real talk.
This is some real shit over here. I was excited.
like real talk. Like I go to a lot of clubs. I'm talking about a lot of clubs. Blue Flame, that's my like. When you say that, like I'm not really. I can't say I'm an OG in the Blue Flame because I got so many OGs that put me onto the Blue Flame. But I can say that's my family. Mike, Kato, Miss Jackie, Miss Kelly, the whole staff. Like they really show me love.
Can you show her over there too?
Tracy, hey man, Tracy big deal, right, man. Tracy be doing her thing, and you know, Tracy been in the promotion game for a minute, and you know, you gotta pay homage. You gotta really pay homage to the people who have been putting it down out here and really down the streets. And Tracy, Baby J, that was just two females on the promotion end that been out here that never doing their thing. Like I say, for the Blue Flame, man, like I think that's how we first started kicking it. My birthday party that I had at Solutions 24 on 14th Industrial. Yeah, that's when we like. No,
that's when I met you. That's when I met you because Robbie did the interview over there.
Oh yeah, and that's so. What party you did my pictures?
I did. Think you had one party over there, and you had two at Blue Flame.
And he had became our personal photographer at one point in time. Like wherever,
my radio
like
show.
wherever
this man be shooting for everybody.
Like wherever we went,
it's called about building relations.
Yeah, and he'd be like, he'd be like, what I need to bring? I'd be like, nothing. Like what you drinking, what you want. What was not? Well, I think we.
And the last time. His birthday party, he was at 255. I didn't know he was there. I didn't know he was there. I just walked in, and he was celebrating birthday. It was Super Bowl.
That was Super Bowl.
And
this one I just passed.
Yeah,
I was at Escobar. I was right down the street.
Oh my God! I'm an ATL, and that night I don't even remember walking away. Now that was actually my birthday.
Yeah, I was like, I just walked in, and it was just like.
It's always gonna be love.
Like we see each other for a minute, and it was like, yo.
Somebody asked if you could make a group, two white rappers and one black rapper. What would it be?
Two white rappers, talking about that's out now?
I don't know.
I don't even know no white rappers.
I would say Eminem, Machine Gun Kelly, and Quavo.
That would be a stupid ass group. I'm gonna be so real with you.
I mean. I like.
And I'm not saying it hard. I'm talking about stupid as shit. Like
no, like real dumb.
I'm getting in so much goddamn trouble.
See, I like MJ. I like MJ.
MJ around a rich young nigga. That's Quavo.
Quavo and Machine
Gun Kelly gonna have all of it, like.
I like him versus the other one. I think the other one is
I like whatchamacallit. Who? You talking about Matt? What's his name?
No,
I ain't talking about like with the braids. Yeah. I like the other dude. Man,
yeah,
I like him. I think him and Wiz Khalifa on the same label or something like that.
That's dope if they do something together.
But
no, I think Wiz and Machine. I think they on the same label. No,
it's the other little white dude.
It's another white boy from Pittsburgh. It's another white boy from Pittsburgh.
I can't think of him.
I can't think of his name.
Like I like him.
My girl knows because she's from Pittsburgh.
I like him. It's like I can't even think of the white dude. But if I could put up a white and black, I don't know, man. I never thought about that. I can't really say. Eminem would be one. That's kind of hard, man. They ain't had a lot of white rappers.
Bubba Sparks.
Bubba Sparks, that's my boy. But you gotta think, but you gotta think about, no, we gotta be real. We're trying to sell some albums. I'm not saying.
I was just asking. I'm not saying. Paul Wall.
Yeah, because you got Texas. All right, bet. It's about selling albums.
Okay.
So, Paul Wall ain't good right now. I would have to go Eminem, like her setup. Machine Gun Kelly, because Machine Gun Kelly can still do independent, you know what I'm saying, EDM sales. And like I say, Quavo got it on lock. So for right now, he got.
Right behind.
I would say a good one, but Quavo got like what 10 songs in the top.
Quavo right now, because Quavo took advantage of.
He took advantage of Bad and Bougie. Everybody else didn't take advantage of Bad and Bougie. And I had this in my argument with somebody.
I would say ran Bad and Bougie, huh?
Yeah. He did.
I think.
But a lot of people didn't know it was him because he was in jail at the time before that song came out. Everybody just knew Takeoff and Quavo. Mm-hmm. But it never looked like it was just them two. You know, like what's the one that sound like Rick Ross on the hook, but it's not? Fight Night.
That's
and he wasn't on there.
That's Takeoff.
Yeah, he wasn't on there. So everybody's really just getting to know Offset right now.
But the thing is, Offset always had bars though.
Yeah, he do got bars.
I'm talking about like
they could rap. Period. Like I think
like no matter what nobody say, hip hop changed. And one thing I can say, them dudes they rap. Like it might say some crazy shit, but if you really listen to it, they spit in their own words.
That's what I used to say about Thug and Rich Homie. Like people be like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, if you listen.
Hey, Young Thug, you saying some shit, but that nigga's crazy as hell.
I think it's the way it's coming out. A lot of people aren't appreciating it. I think that's what it is. I think that's
and then they titled it the mumble thing, but it's not. If you listen to what they're saying, they're not mumbling. It's just their cadence and the way that they melody.
You gotta open your mouth.
Yeah.
It's some shit I can't. It's some shit I can't really understand.
I call them punching rappers.
Punching rappers. Oh yeah, punching rappers.
I think it. I be imagining them being in the studio, like they said something like punching and then come back.
Like, I mean, but Wayne started that.
There's so many rappers that
Wayne started. Nobody want to write no more. When Jay-Z and Wayne say they don't write, everybody want to be Jay-Z and Wayne don't rap, and that fuck everything up. Mm-hmm. Put your thoughts together and put some shit out there, man, and stop just jumping in the studio.
What's the name is coming to Atlanta to do a show, Troy Ave. And one time we was in the studio with him up at Tree Sound, and when I tell you I fell asleep because the dude don't want to write. He wanted to punch in. But if you rap a certain way, especially if you rap slow, that process is so long. And I like being in the studio. I was like, I gotta go.
You are not going to punch in on my clock. Let me tell you why. Because studio time is hours, and that's money coming out of my pocket. So if you're not coming in there with your songs already, this goes back to artist development. Come in the studio with your songs together. You can knock you 4 songs out in 4 hours if you got your shit together.
Yeah, they don't take the beat this comb no more and listen to it and write to it and come back and record. You want to kick it and chill and
smoke weed.
You know
He's having a note.
Some of the most disciplined producers that go in the studio and just like kill shit. One of my best friends, Justice League, like they sold up when they were.
I remember Justice League when they first were doing the beat battle at Club Miami. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tell me, anybody here, I was there when y'all movement, anybody, if you came in Atlanta, I was there when your movement started, if you was doing something, yes, I remember you, and I'm going to shout you out. I remember they was doing that. I remember their beat. They was killing shit. I'm talking about, they was killing shit in the beat battle.
It's only 2.
Wow, for real? I mean, stay down, you come up, and then what?
All right, go ahead. Let the people know where they can find you.
And you can follow me on Instagram at Lil C ATL, Snapchat at Lil C ATL. You know, come see me on Camp Creek. Or, like I said, you want to see what I'm doing, follow me on Snapchat. Might not do it every day, but when I do it, it will be entertaining.
You want Blue Pine? I mean, yeah, Blue Pine.
Somebody trying to go see something.
I'll go down.
No, I'm gonna do so. I was supposed to be at Columbia BT at Blaze, but Blaze on the other side. But I'm gonna have to follow through. I gotta go see Lil Baby shit.
Have you been to Seduction yet?
What's that?
It's a new club in Hayville.
Oh, I know what that is. The old candy shop.
Yeah.
Right by the post office.
Yeah.
Right by the post office. You get out, make a left, and post it.
I used to waitress at Peaches.
I gotta get out of this
Queen
shit.
City.
No, Montrose.
Peaches of Atlanta.
Montrose.
That's what it was before Queen City? Montrose.
I teach English.
Hey.
I ain't like that. It's Queen City.
It's nice now.
Very nice.
I went.
When it was Montrose, you can go in and catch mono.
Ooh.
When it was Queen City, like, I went there one time because my partner was performing, and it was hot as hell.
That's the era of pubic hair.
It was like,
Ha!
Yeah, the era of
Go raw now.
it was
Got a
like,
little
Hey, you know something? He didn't even really worry about crabs.
No, because
That's all
I
shaving.
and you can find me on Instagram, Money Designs, MONEYDSINIGNZ_. Follow the magazine, Addictive Magazine. Follow the radio, Addictive_radio.
Follow me on Instagram. Y'all know what it is. JMichelle22, JEMICHELE22 on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come back and throw a party.
Hey,
Okay.
turn up.
We're gonna throw it like do an A-town party. We put the scroll lights, turn these bits off.
You know, she trying to get the office next door to expand it.
Yeah, how much is it?
We're not talking about that.
We'll find out. We'll work something out.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna do this. We're gonna
Like I can't get it back on.
Yeah, true. We had a past guest, Yada, on here. Got a new record out. So we're gonna play that for him. My Respect and Bread. And then, catch us on Thursday. We're back again, and we're gonna have a couple females come through, audition to be a co-host. So check that out.
I'm coming back. We're gonna have
You just sound so sad every time you say that.
what?
No, that.
Yeah, I am sad, man.
Why, you leaving?
Yeah.
Where you going? When you leaving?
November.
Oh, man. Have fun.
I didn't try this record. We're gonna talk after this.
Hey, Sissy. This that new Yada.
My Respect and Bread.
Far from the soap, close to the ear, holding on my lap, put us in the head. He rapped about to pick up bullets for what he said. Leave the nigga dead off of my respect and bread. Far from the soap, close to the end, holding on my lap, put us in the head. He raps about to pick up bullets for what he said. Leave the nigga dead off of my respect and bread. King Yada Red, no such shit. Me and the team pulled up, they get the toughing shit. Bitches feeding for this dick, they on some touching shit. Don't be rolled up if you got on your bucket list. These niggas rapping about
Video shoot in the morning.
I walked 5 off and came home to run shit. Playing guys full of cost 32. I was hanging Oklahoma for the birdie move. I was trapping state to state without a traffic.
Let's go. We need to come out there. What you, I want to come out there and talk to the kids.
They do that in March. I'm gonna ask you about that too.
I want to do it. I'm going to bring out. Well, we try to do that with them.
And the reason I wanted to ask you, because a lot of them kids want to be artists, but they don't understand.
And I got the tool to actually get that change.
Like I kind of got that air now because what I did on my closet door, I put pictures of different people I met, work with. So they be like, "Oh, you met your job, you met your first thing." So now they be like, "Yeah, I had a few." And then the biggest thing, I'm like, "Yo, y'all gotta check education." Because right now, y'all feeling math and English. Like, I went to side rate. Like, I was straight up like, you got on read nothing.
What we trying to do is like, me and my friend is like, we're trying to show these kids a little bit just he was like investing your time and your money in other areas. Even if you do shit. What the fuck is going to be? You gotta be locked up. You gotta be. What the fuck else he gonna be?
He got engaged and disappeared.
He got engaged? That's what he probably did.
But he just disappeared off the face of the earth.
But then they know, wait a minute. Then when he on the Dirty Boy show?
Yeah.